What's going on, guys? It's Yuki Bros, and today we have a duel video for you guys. We have Sprite. That's right, tier element Sprite. You know, the best two decks in current Yu-Gi-Oh. Sprite is no. I'm just messing with you guys. I'm just messing with it. For anyone that has been paying attention to speed duels in the last several months, there's a deck going around called Sprite, which is not the level 2 deck that everyone has been playing in the TCG meta. It's actually a deck revolving around a card called Raging Flame Sprite, which we'll get to in a second. They didn't open it, so we'll get there when we get there, but I want to try to keep this intro short and get you through. We are playing a deck solely derived around defense cards. As you can see, this hand is very generic here. Shield Crush destroys defense monsters. Drillroid, if it attacks a defense, destroys it. Zero Gravity switches battle positions of all monsters. You're about to see one crazy idea that we came up with late last night. Around literally just, let's see if we can play a game around only defenses. They're going to start with a defense, so that literally just helps us out here. We're going to trigger the Drillroid and destroy the UFO turtle at the start of the damage step. I don't know why they didn't set Spellbinding Circle. Probably would have been really good there to save them. Granted, if they did that, we obviously have the Shield Crush for follow-up. They're going to draw into Book of Moon. They're going to normal summon Amethyst Cat, set a Spellbinding Circle and a Book of Moon, go into battle phase, and attack directly. Now, that is the point of this Sprite deck. Raging Flame Sprite is a card that can attack directly. In this deck as well, you are playing Crystal Beast Amethyst Cat, which says if it attacks directly, it halves the battle damage. Raging Flame Sprite is a 100 attack monster that when it attacks directly and inflicts battle damage, it gains 1,000 attack at the end of the damage step, and that's permanent, so you kind of run this clock. They're playing Room for Growth, which says once during the main phase, which they meant to do here, obviously, they can increase the attack of one level 3 or lower monster they control by 300 exits level until the end of the turn. So Amethyst Cat goes to 2100 because it gains 900 here with the 12 that it already has, so it would do half of that, which would be 1050. And Raging Flame Sprite, which is also a level 3, starts at going to 1000, attacking directly for 1000, and then gains 1000 attack at the end of the damage step. Now this boost is only till the end of the turn, but you can kind of see where it can snowball out of control if it attacks multiple times. Yeah, there they go, the main phase. Alright, now they're going to go swing directly with the 2100 cat. We're going to zero gravity here, which switches the battle positions of all monsters on the field. Then we're going to draw into a Windstorm of Attack. We're going to activate Shield Crush here because they have a defense. They're going to chain Book of Moon. Now, the reason this doesn't destroy it is because it has to destroy that target. If it said destroy it, it would technically still be, I believe, it. But in this case, it's no longer the same target thanks to Book of Moon. But that's fine, guys. We opened 2, so we Shield Crushed a second time here. They're going to chain Dust Tornado, get rid of our last back row. But their monster dies. Then we're going to flip our skill, which is Digging for Gold. Good old Digging for Gold. You just banish 3 cards in your grave once per duel to draw a card. Nothing glamorous, but like we don't really have anything super specific for this deck, so we figured just draw power is always good. We're going to try to swing for 1600 with a Drillroid, and they're going to flip Spellbinding Circle. And then they draw into a Floodgate Trap Hole. They're going to set that. They're going to pass turn. We're going to draw. No, I'm going to cross out to no avail and pass turn. They're going to draw Raging Flame Sprite. They're going to normal summon it. This is the card we were talking about here, where if it inflicts battle damage by a direct attack, gains 1000 attack. They're going to go into battle phase. They're going to have Raging Attack for 100, and then they gain their 1000. We're going to let that go. We don't really need to burn these cards yet. We don't have a direct out to it, since putting it in defense mode isn't going to save us, because cross out only destroys face down defense position monsters, and Drillroid is stuck under Spellbinding Circle. So we're going to have to pass, unfortunately. They're going to draw in a Sphere Karibo, they're going to flip the Room for Growth, and I don't know why they didn't do that again last turn. We're going to zero gravity here this time. Now, keep in mind, Spellbinding says it cannot change its battle position, however, we can change it through a card effect. However, now the downside is we can't put this back in attack mode, but that might actually come to help us out in the long run, because we can technically Shield Crush our own cards. We're not going to do that here, obviously. We're going to destroy the Raging Flame Sprite and pass. They're going to draw into Book of Moon. They're going to set that and pass. There's a lot of setting and passing going on in this duel, if you couldn't tell. We're going to draw into another Drillroid. We're going to normal it. They're going to flip Floodgate. Oh my god, yeah, this is kind of ridiculous. So we can't flip that Drillroid face up. The other Drillroid is Spellbinding, so they're going to draw into a Nightmare Wheel, which is even worse. In the draw phase, they're going to use Nightmare Wheel on our face down defense. Keep in mind, this can target any monster, it doesn't have to be a face up one. It additionally won't let this switch as a battle position, granted it was floodgated anyway, but in the standby phase, we're now going to take 500. And this is a duel. So we're gonna activate Nomad Cross out here on our monster, considering we can do that. Getting rid of this and the Nightmare Wheel, so we don't just lose to burn. They're gonna draw into another Floodgate, guys. This is pretty painful to watch. We're gonna draw a Dream Clown. Dream Clown is another card that was added to the midterm box. I'm actually surprised we hadn't gotten this sooner. Good old clown control, kinda in speed duels. This card says when this card is changed from attack to defense, you can destroy one monster your opponent's side of the field. So in theory, you can normal this and then next turn switch it to defense. However, they're gonna Floodgate it. So you know, yeah, we just don't get anything here. We're gonna draw Book and Pass. We're gonna draw into another Dream Clown. Normal this. They're finally letting that go. No Floodgates this time. We're gonna go to battle phase, swing for 12. They're gonna take it. Alright, finally, maybe we could do something with this Dream Clown. They draw into another Raging Flame Sprite. They're gonna normal summon it. We're gonna let that go. We don't really have a Floodgate to use on the summon. Oh, Acid Trap Hole, by the way, we drew this and we never used this here. Targets a face down defense monster on the field, flips it face up and destroys it if its defense is 2,000 or less. It returns it face down if it's more than 2,000, but the logic is either they set a card, or you Book of Moon, or you Floodgate or something, and then you can just, it's another removal card, but it's a trap, which is nice. They're gonna Room for Growth, putting that thing to 1,000, they're gonna attack us directly, and we're gonna take it. We don't really have an out here. Acid's not gonna do anything because it only works on face down monsters. Windstorm's gonna only keep it face up. We have Dream Clown though for next turn, so we might as well just pass it out here, let them take the damage to us. However, in the draw phase, they're going to activate Book of Moon, flipping our Dream Clown face down, so that even when we go here to flip it back up, we can't put it in defense this turn. So unfortunately, we're just going to have to go to battle phase and try to swing over this thing, but they have another Book of Moon. They we 2-for-1'd them off Book of Moons, but if they can keep protecting the Raging Flame Sprite, that's really all that matters. The thing is at 1,100 already. They're going to use the Room for Growth and put it up to 2,000. They're going to attack directly. We're gonna take this. I don't know if this is smart or not. Like, we could Windstorm here, or Sphere Karibo, but I feel like if we don't have a direct out, why waste it? Life points only matter when they are 0. However, it does put us in Nightmare Wheel range, but they burned one already, so they only have one more in the deck. We are playing off the YCS list. We're gonna Sphere the Zombina because we need this Dream Clown to survive. I don't want to waste Windstorm quite yet, so we're gonna draw into another one. Now I feel like we should have wasted it. I guess we'll just flip the Dream Clown, set the Windstorm, battle phase. The downside is we can't get over the Raging Flame Sprite because it is 2,100, so in hindsight, yeah, Windstorm probably was correct. We can't get over the Zombina because it's got bigger stats than us, so we're gonna pass. The thing is, we just didn't know. I don't know. I'm trying to conserve resources here, but maybe we should have done it a different way. So they're gonna draw into another Raging Flame Sprite. They're gonna have that skill increase that one's attack, so both of them are lethal. We're going to Windstorm here, which switches those in defense, puts Zombina to attack mode. And the thing is, if we Windstorm again, this will go to defense, but that third one will be able to attack us for games, so we unfortunately have to take this damage. And yeah, that's unfortunately how it goes. We draw into a Sphere, we normal summon this Droroid, we have this Droroid try to swing over the bigger Raging Flame Sprite, but they have a Sphere Karibo. God, we can't do anything in this game. They draw into another Sphere Karibo. They're going to use the skill on the one without the counters. They're going to switch the Zombie to defense to play around our Windstorm. They're going to swing in direct here, but we're going to Windstorm. They get their Zombina switch, and theoretically they could have kept one in defense so that Windstorm was always live. Granted, we had a Sphere for that. We're going to draw into Book of Moon. We're now going to finally be able to trigger this Acid Trap Hole, flip that face down, have Acid destroy that defense. Switch this Droroid to attack mode, try to swing in for what would be game here, but they have a Sphere again. Guys, the only thing we can really do here is to try to deck them out. They draw into Spellbinding Circle, though. That's not really going to help us stop them. They're going to use the Raging Flame Sprite and a Room for Growth, and we have the Sphere. Y'all have seen this dance before. We draw into Book of Moon. Okay, we're still surviving. We're still surviving. Droroid try to swing in to kill this thing, and of course, all three of our monsters are now stunned. They're going to draw into Amethyst Cat, switch the Raging Flame Sprite to attack mode. Skill on the Raging, of course. Try to swing in for what would be game. We have a Book of Moon for the Raging, but the Amethyst is going to kill us. They had 2 cards left in deck, guys. 2 cards left in deck to our 11. We're playing 30 if you couldn't tell. Alright, so Going into game 2, they're going to start out with Floodgate, Book of Moon, and pass on that. We don't want them to go second and just start swinging directly. We're going to normal Dream Clown. However, unfortunately, it's going to get Floodgated. Y'all have seen this same song and dance. We're going to set our 2 Floodgates and pass to them. They're going to draw in a Spellbinding Circle. They're going to normal Amethyst Cat. We're going to immediately flip that down. We don't want to deal with any of this. They're going to set their card and pass. We're going to draw into a Shield Crush. We're going to cross out the face-down defense, since Shield Crush has more applications in here than cross out. We're going to normal Drillroid. They're going to actually let that go. Alright, so they don't have a Floodgate. We're going to try to swing for 1600 here, and they're going to Spellbinding Circle. Okay, well, I guess we probably should have seen that coming. We're going to draw into Dream Clown. We're going to normal it. They don't have anything for it, but they are going to Sphere it. So it is in defense, so we can't put it back in attack. They're going to draw into Dust Tornado. They're going to set that and pass. We're going to draw into another Drillroid. We're going to Shield Crush our face-down defense that was Floodgated. We're going to Digging for Gold, because that puts enough cards in our grave to give us a free draw. And we're going to kind of try to YOLO here. They didn't Floodgate last turn, so unless that new face-down was a Floodgate, which it didn't seem to be it was, we're going to try to push for damage here to try to gain some type of advantage. And believe it or not, they actually take both attacks here. So our aggressiveness might actually have been warranted. They're going to draw into UFO Turtle, normal summon it, we're going to Floodgate it. The logic is they probably wanted to kill the Dream Clown. They're going to book the Dream Clown so we can't switch it to defense on our turn. End phase, they're going to Dust Tornado our other face down. So we do have to top deck something, but we do hit the cross out. We're going to flip that. We're going to cross out that. We're going to then go into battle phase, have Drill attack. They're going to Sphere that. But Dream Clown is game. It's crazy when you have a whole defensive deck versus a whole offensive deck. It's very interesting as to what can happen. But of course, we were able to weasel that one out by going aggressive. We're gonna go first because they made us go first because they want to attack. The upside is that summons our Dream Clown and it won't get Floodgated. So they now have to deal with this thing. They're a normal Raging Flame Sprite. We're gonna Floodgate that. We don't want to deal with this. Set Book, set Dust, set Book. Seems good. We're gonna draw, except draw phase, they're gonna Book of Moon, so we can't flip our Dream Clown to defense. But we have the Sasuke Samurai. This thing, if it attacks a defense, it's just like Drillroid, only on face down defenses. We're gonna flip Dream Clown, they're gonna let that go as well. Set the Windstorm, have the Sasuke Samurai swing in. They let it go, so we will trigger Sasuke's effect. It'll flip, and at the start of the damage step, it is destroyed. Then we're going to have Dream Clown try to get in for 12, but they're going to book that. Fair enough, fair enough. End phase are going to dust the new set, which is our Windstorm. Little do they know we have 2 Windstorms. They're going to draw into UFO Turtle. They're going to normal Zombina. They're going to have Zombina go ahead and swing into our Dream Clown. We're going to Windstorm that. And then we're going to draw into Shield Crush. Now keep in mind, Shield Crush isn't going to be big here, because this, if it's destroyed by battle or card effect, lets them reborn a card. We're going to Digging for Gold and draw a card. We're going to flip the Dream Clown. We're going to Shield Crush the Zombina. Like I said, we're trying to be aggressive here. Zombina will trigger. They'll get their Raging Flame Sprite. I guess we didn't have to waste the Shield Crush, but we want to go off as much as possible here. We're going to have Sasuke kill that. We're going to have Dream Clown swing for 12. And we're going to pass turn. They're going to draw into Amethyst Cat. They're going to normal UFO Turtle. They're going to go into the battle phase, swing over the Dream Clown. We're going to Windstorm that. Finally, we're going to finally use Dream Clown's effect, switching it to defense to destroy a monster they control, and then get in for 500 damage. This game is not even close to over, though, guys. We have a long way to go. They're going to draw in a Spellbinding Circle, normal the Amethyst Cat, activate Room for Growth, put it to 21, swing over our Dream Clown. We have the 0 gravity, and actually this puts us in a fantastic position, because now our Dream Clown is in attack mode. We can put it to defense on their turn to destroy their monster. We're going to draw into Book of Moon. They're going to Spellbinding Circle in the draw phases. Keep in mind, this makes it so that our monster cannot change its battle position. So now we can't Dream Clown, but we do have the Book of Moon we top decked, so I guess we'll use it there. They're allowing us to then flip this back up. Yeah, we're not going to get its effect this turn, but that's fine. Sasuke can run over the Amethyst Cat, and we can swing it for another 1200 damage. Keep applying the pressure. Keep applying the pressure. We have to just keep applying pressure as much as possible. We're going to normal summon a Raging Flame Sprite that they top decked. They're going to swing into Sasuke because they use the skill. So it's actually 1,000, so we take 500. Now it's up to 11. And we draw into Sphere Karibo. Unfortunately, 1100 is just not enough. Dream Clown is 1200, so we will get over it for 100 damage, and we'll be forced to pass, but we do have a Sphere Karibo. They will draw for turn into a Sphere Karibo. We will draw for turn into a Dream Clown. We will summon the Dream Clown, swing for a Dream Clown, Sphere Karibo a Dream Clown, but have this Dream Clown swing for what will be game. So let's take a look at the deck list, and my oh my, this is quite ridiculous. 30 card deck, in hindsight, probably maybe not the best idea. We kind of just combined everything that's a defense into a deck and then mushed it around and figured what we could come up with. But, you know, pick and choose how you will. You can definitely edit this deck however you want. We play one copy of Spear Dragon, which just simply pierces. It does go to defense at the end of the damage step, however, with all the things that can switch it back, we're not really too worried about this thing dying. Triple Dream Clown for its effect when going to defense mode. Triple Droroid, because this just kills anything in defense. One Sasuke Samurai kills a face down defense, but it is weak in attack points, so it doesn't do a whole lot. Triple Sphere Karibo, because it puts things in defense. Triple Cross Out, because it destroys face down defense and banishes it. And if it's a flip monster, banishes all copies of that card from the opponent's deck. Triple Shield Crush, which is just the better of the two, because destroys anything in defense. Triple Book of Moon flips things into face down defense. Triple Floodgate also flips things face down in defense and keeps them there. Triple Windstorm switches battle positions of all monsters, so you know, put things in defense. Triple Zero Gravity, same thing, however, this has more applications in this deck, putting this back into attack mode and putting this in attack mode so we can then put it in defense mode. And one Acid Trap Hole in the main deck. In the side deck, we played the second Spear Dragon if we need to be more offensive. The second Sasuke Samurai if they're kind of setting a lot of face downs a lot. One Earthquake, this just changes all face up monsters on the field to defense mode, it's kind of cool. One Memory Loss, if an attack position monster your opponent controls, its effect is activated, negates the effect, and guess what? You guessed it, switches it into defense position. One other Acid Trap Hole, again, if they're on like heavy defenses, probably don't need this. I was actually thinking we should probably go with the Straight Flush or a Dust Tornado. We need kind of some Spell and Trap Hate, as you've seen. And one Waking the Dragon, you know, so when they're trying to like, finally trying to get rid of all their background, we just set this, we just summon any of these things, and Cyber End's really cool. He pierces things in defense mode, so that's, you know, that's pretty sick. But guys, let me know what you thought in the comments down below about our defense control deck. Is it good? I don't really know. It's interesting, to say the least. It's definitely annoying to play against. It's even more annoying when you're playing against something that's trying to attack directly all the time. But we came through in that game, so, you know, it is what it is. Let me know what y'all thought, and I will see you guys in the next video.